My dear friends, let's give some tzedakah. Let's do it together, because as we know, doing a mitzvah, doing it together is of the greatest blessing. Together brings to mind a minyan in shul. 10 people get together for services, wherever they are, particularly in the shul. So it just dawned on me that the other day we needed a 10th person to the minyan. So I called up one of the guys. I said, "Look, Ryan, we need the 10th person for mincha." Says, "Rabbi, I don't have a problem coming, but it's just a little bit of an issue." "What's the matter?" "I'm just walking my dog. So if I can bring my dog into shul, I have no problem coming, because I can't leave my dog outside." Anyway, I found a solution for that. But it got me thinking, what would be the right thing to do? If there is no solution, can we let the dog into shul? Does it belong in the shul? Is it appropriate? So I came across a very interesting Shaila Setshuva question and answer. Somebody asked a question to Rabbi Zushe Silberstein. And he said, this blind man who has his dog, that is really his life savior, guides him, takes him wherever it need be. Can we allow this blind man coming into shul with his special dog? And Rabbi Zushe Silberstein is of the opinion and says that it should be permitted. And he quotes an interesting statement in Yerushalmi, in the Jerusalemite Talmud, where there it says that Rabbi Imi had told his the teachers that if you see an individual who has some knowledge of Torah, and he has the warmth of Torah, has a feeling of the Torah, invite him in. Let him come in, even with his donkey, so that the kids should be able to have a warmth and appreciation for the beauty, for the holiness of Torah. So as Reb Moshe, if it says that he can bring in a donkey, why not a dog? For a specific reason. So it's not disrespectful, he says, to bringing an animal in the shul when it's necessary, obviously. Yet, there's another opinion by Rabbi Kasher. He says, no, there's a big difference between a donkey and a dog. A dog is known to be very chutzpahdik. A dog is seen more in a negative term. We say, an kalbi dachzifin, those that bark for no reason whatsoever. Although, I should emphasize that the Torah says that when we have a non-kosher bird, let's say a chicken, it would have been kosher, but it turned out to be non-kosher because it had some sicknesses, which renders the chicken, some blemishes, which renders the chicken non-kosher, says the Torah, we should give it to the dog. Why? Because when the Jewish people came out of Egypt, the dogs didn't bark so as not to frighten them. So as a compensation, says God, we should give those non-kosher birds to dead, that is, to a dog. Now this question was brought to the Rebbe, and the Rebbe took it from a different angle. First of all, the Rebbe points out, it says, you point out that the dog is such a negative thing, but we do find that it does say that in the second Beis Hamikdash, the flame on the Mizbeach had the image of a dog. So it can't be so negative if in the Beis Hamikdash itself a dog, quote unquote, or the image of a dog is present. But then the Rebbe says something else. And here's the particular approach from the Rebbe. Let's be sensitive to this poor blind man. As it is, he's a suffering individual, he, she. To tell a blind individual that he could never come into shul because the only way he can come is with his dog is extremely, extremely insensitive. We find in halacha that we allow certain people that under certain circumstances will not be able to go to shul. We would let them into shul if they would be causing tremendous anguish. So how much more so for this blind person? Never to allow this person into shul cannot be. We must find a way how to make it happen. First of all, let's get somebody to accompany him if need be. But even if not, there certainly can be ways how we can arrange for this person to be able to shul with the dog present. And the Rebbe says, it is the sensitivity to the individual that is extremely important. This sensitivity, this love for your fellow Jew, is what is represented by the dog and the Mizbeach. And may God help us that we should already see the flame of the Mizbeach and the Beis Hamikdash burning right now.